Dear friends, welcome to CNS Viewpoint. Today we are going to talk about today is 17th of November 2021, and today the World Health Organization has approved or given an emergency use authorization to ninth vaccine, which is Covovax. So it is a ninth vaccine which has got the emergency use authorization, uh, uh, and the situation is very grim because it's almost a year, and where since the vaccination against COVID-19 began, in a year's time, ideally, all eligible people in the world should have got fully vaccinated if we really wanted to beat corona, or and give a best shot to save lives, to prevent, avert serious outcomes of COVID 19, and to stop the virus from circulating in a population. But as we know, only rich and very high income nations have been able to fully vaccinate or largely vaccinate a large amount number of people. Proportion of the population, eligible population, over 70%, 80%, even 95%. Like there are two at least nations which have vaccinated over that. Very high number of part of the population is fully vaccinated, and now they are giving out booster doses, because there is a large number of unvaccinated people who have not even got the first dose of the vaccine in so many more nations where the virus is circulating, mutating, and causing so much of more problems, and for all of us, including them, because now they have to give booster doses to, and maybe up. So anyways, so there are about 41 countries which will not be able to vaccinate even 10% of the population by end of this year. That is what the World Health Organization has said. There are almost 98 countries which will fail to meet. Half of the world's countries will fail to meet. Uh, More than half, rather, I think. Out of the 194 countries, will fail to 98 countries will fail to meet the 40% target of World Health Organization, to which was to fully vaccinate 40% of the people, eligible people in every country worldwide by December 2021. So 98 countries out of 194, if I remember correctly, will not be able to meet that. That's a huge gap, because it is going to fail us all, whether we are in rich nations or poor nations. All of us are going to face the brunt of it, and this was so much not, um, you know forced upon us. We have ourselves created this situation because we have inequitably rolled out the vaccine, uh, and we are continuing to do so. If you look at where the vaccine doses are going, in the arms of who? Either fully vaccinated people are getting booster doses, or are they going to the most vulnerable, most at risk people in within rich nations or in other countries or worldwide, where people are not even getting the first dose as of now while we speak. So Novavax, let us hope that Novavax vaccine, which is an additional vaccine, ninth vaccine to get emergency use authorization, will be able to bridge in some gap, because Novavax, the company, the Covovax, which is a US based company, and the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations, CEPI, and Novavax had entered an agreement with the authorities to give 350 million, which is 35 crores vaccine doses, to World Health Organization's facility called Covax, which is a mechanism for low and middle and all other countries, basically, to avail of quality assured vaccines. So let us hope that they are able to bridge this gap, and the countries which are falling way short of the target of 40%, which is more than half of the countries in the world, 98 countries, are able to get those vaccines if they are short of supply, and able to use it in a timely manner. Similarly, the countries which have not been able to even vaccinate 10% of the population, eligible population, by the end of this year, they may also come to speed and we really need to ensure that the vaccine supply is there. We really need to make sure infrastructure and systems are in place so that the vaccines are able to reach in the arms of people where they need it most. And actually, it's like all the eligible people all over the planet. So, so let us hope that this happens. So let us talk more about this the new vaccine Covovax a little bit. So, as we know that the World Health Organization reviews the emergency the data which is required for emergency use of authorization of vaccines, which is related to data related to quality of the vaccine, safety and efficacy studies of the vaccine. All the data is being was reviewed. A risk management plan was reviewed, programmatic suitability was reviewed, and of course, manufacturing site inspections were also done. And these were done by Drug Controller General of India, because Serum Institute of India is going to manufacture it, which is based in India. Serum Institute of India is the biggest vaccine manufacturer in the whole world. So a tremendous capacity exists in India, which is a positive ray of hope for other low and middle income countries to scale up their vaccine manufacturing capacities, as well as all the countries should really ramp up vaccine R&D, so that they do not have to depend upon the global north to to give them vaccines, because global north is not giving them the vaccines the way it should have. Vaccines got expired, thrown in the global north, but not did not go in the arms of people who were in a timely manner, who were eligible for the vaccine. So this is the real reality, and that is where countries have vaccinated a huge number of people. There are some nations, and then there is a large number of countries, more than half of the countries, which are failing to meet even the 40% target set by the WHO by end of this year, to fully vaccinate 40% of the people by end of this year. So let us hope that this inequality ends, and we are really able to fully vaccinate more people. So Covovax is as I earlier said, it's jointly developed by Novavax and Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness and Innovation (CEPI). It requires 2 doses, and it has to be stored between 2 to 8 degree Celsius, 2 to 8 degree Celsius refrigerated temperatures, and it uses a novel platform and is produced by creating an engineered baculovirus containing a gene for a modified SARS-CoV-2 spike protein. I'm reading it out from the World Health Organization website. So this new vaccine is using an engineered baculovirus containing a gene for a modified SARS-CoV-2 spike protein. So the originator, the product which was produced by Novavax was named Novaxovid, and this is currently under assessment by the European Medicines Agency, and WHO will complete its own assessment of this vaccine once the EMA has issued its recommendation. So this is what I have as of now. So this is the 9th vaccine which got the emergency use authorization. Studies will continue because they offer all the vaccines, not just Novavax. All the vaccines should finish all their studies and go for final authorization. Why only keep vaccinating and using it and rolling it out under emergency use authorization? I'm sure that World Health Organization is monitoring this, and the studies, it's almost 1 year now. So all the vaccines which were previously issued emergency use authorization, they are able to furnish full data now, or as soon as possible or whenever possible, without delay, and in order to get full authorization, and not under emergency use, right? So with the hope that all of us get fully vaccinated in a timely manner, regardless of where we live, rich or poor, everyone needs to get vaccinated so that coronavirus can stop circulating in our populations, can stop mutating, and we are really over it. We can't afford to lose this tiny window of opportunity. Let's hope that we have it, and this issue is still fixable. Praying for that. So, with this hope, let me conclude today's CNS viewpoint, and I will be back tomorrow again at 5 p.m., just like every day, with the thoughts and views and perspectives on something that made us think. Bye till then.